Hello, everyone. Everyone can hear me? Yes, just thumbs up if you're hearing me. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Good morning. Welcome to AFK plus ADAT course overview in this amazing cloudy Sunday out there. And yeah, so I want everyone, if it's possible, turn on your cameras and it's like it's virtual, but let's make it more in a real experience. But for those who cannot, it's okay. Uh, Great. Thanks, Natalie. So we're gonna start the session soon. We are waiting for a couple more attendees. They are adding to the session to set everything up. But before we start, I just wanted to give you an intro. I'm Amir. I'm doing the marketing coordination and management at ConfiDentist. So you're gonna see me more in the social media stuff, and you're gonna receive emails from the marketing department. So I just wanted to welcome you all first and give you a quick intro about what we do, who we are, and why we are here. So I don't know how many of you are residing in Canada right now, but it's been over 10 years that ConfiDentist is doing the uh, NDB, like the direct licensing and some university opportunity preparation course for all international trained dentists, which finding the desired pathway or the opportunities through this way. So based on the result now, in the past that was so complicated and a little harder to get to there, but during the last years, what I see is mostly 9 out of 10 people who register in any of the courses, any of the modules are gonna get to the next level. They're gonna get the desired result and move on. And so now the process is so faster than before. So that's why we are doing such course overviews to make sure that everyone who is thinking about or believing to do the process just start fast and go one by one and get their desired result. Everyone is good. Now we are clear. Yeah, cool, cool. Let me introduce one of my great clients, colleagues, one of my great colleagues of mine, Dr. Delaram, who these days are more focused on mentoring AFK and all students at ConfiDentist. We're going to talk about more AFK, and you can write down your questions in the chat box and send it to admin, and they're going to answer your questions at the end of each presentation. All right, ready? Give it a hand to Dr. Della to start the session, and I'm gonna say goodbye and have a great day. See you soon at the center. Delaram, take it.
Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Della. I have been having the privilege of working with ConfiDentist for the past 3 years as consultant and mentor for AFK. And I am very happy to be here today with you guys. So just let me know if you can hear me all right. Just a thumbs up. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Okay, I am gonna go briefly over the AFK process and what we have to offer. And so thank you all for being here today with us. So let me just share my screen. I have a few slides that I want to share with you guys. Just give me a second, please. This portion. Okay. All right, can you see my screen now? Okay, great. Sorry, I'm not very good with technology. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about is that why should you consider taking the AFK? So technically, to be licensed in Canada as a dentist, you need to be eligible to take an exam, which is called the virtual OSCE. All right, to be eligible to pass this, to take this exam, is you have to either be a graduate of a all-credited university, which is the universities in Canada, America, the US, or Australia, or you have to have completed the NDB direct licensing pathway. So this NDB direct licensing pathway, as you all know, consists of 3 examinations. AFK is the first step. So you complete AFK, your engine will stay on for the rest of them. Okay, so this is the first step, and technically to me it's the most important step. All right. So that's why you should be taking AFK. Is it going to help you to get an admission to dental school? The answer could be yes and no. It is not a requirement anymore for 5, soon to be 6 out of 7 dental schools that offer advanced placement, which Dr. Yasmin is going to talk about after me. And for one pathway of University of Manitoba and University of Dalhousie, and then this is the last year for University of Western Ontario, that AFK is still a requirement. So if you take AFK, like let's say this year, besides being able to continue the direct licensing pathway, you will be able to apply to these schools as well. For Manitoba is a little bit more complicated. You're going to have passed ACJ and have taken NDEC as well. But again, it is going to help you with it. All right. But my recommendation is that even if your main goal is to go to university, still keep your direct licensing pathway option open, because you never know. There is no guarantee that you can actually get an admission to school, because it's very competitive, right? So yeah, so this is about AFK and universities. Oh, and one other thing, I'm pretty sure that you guys know it, but you have to know that going to university for advanced placement here in Canada is only limited to permanent residents and citizens of Canada. So if you're like on any other kind of visa, you don't have that option. So you have only the option of going through the direct licensing. So let's see how we can apply for this AFK exam. First of all, the organization that is responsible for taking all of these exams and then certify everybody is called NDEB, National Dental Examination Board of Canada. To apply for any of these exams, AFK, ACJ, NDEC, which are the 2 other examinations of the direct licensing pathway, you're going to have an account with the NDEB. You're going to have a profile there, so they know that you're submitted there, right? So to do that, you're going to need to go to their website, which is ndeb.ca, all right? Or it's ndeb-bned.ca. But if you just type ndeb.ca, it will take you to it, all right? They have a portal called NDB Connect. You can create your profile there in the NDB Connect. It's a very easy process. You can just do it in like less than 5 minutes. But you're going to have to pay a fee of 900 Canadian dollars. You're going to have to do it within 4 hours after creation of your profile. Okay. If you don't do that, they will delete your profile, which is not a big deal. You can do it again, but why? Like, it's just a waste of time. All right. After you create your profile in this NDB Connect, you're going to have to gather your documents and send them to them, so they can evaluate your document. The purpose of this evaluation is that they could confirm that you are actually graduated from a recognized dental school anywhere around the world. All right. So you're going to have to gather your documents, which is a very important step. I will talk about it later very shortly. One thing that you need to know is that these documents are all they're all have to be sent by mail. There is nothing to be uploaded. All right. So everything should be sent to them by mail. All right. After you send your documents to the NDEB, before getting the approval from them, you cannot register for any examination. All right. So you send your documents and then you wait for their approval. If there is any problem, they will email you and ask you to do some more steps to resolve that problem with your documents. If not, it will go under 2 steps of verification, and after that you will get the approval. This process usually, on average, takes around 18 weeks. Okay, this is on average, but sometimes it might take shorter, sometimes it might take longer. All right. So you created your NDB Connect, you paid the fees, you sent your documents, you got your approval. Now you are eligible to register for the first exam, which is AFK, Assessment of Fundamental Knowledge. This exam is conducted twice a year. Once in February, usually the first week of February, and once in August, the second week. But to register for these, you're gonna have to know the registration dates. You can see all of these on the NDP's website. They usually announce it. They always announce it beforehand. Even right now, if you go to their website, to the part that says dates and locations, you can see all of these registration deadlines, registration opening dates. So you have to be aware of when the registration is open. Usually for February exam, the registration opens in October. And for August exam, the registration usually opens in March. It's very important to know this. Why? Because there are a lot of candidates, and when the registration opens, within minutes, every spot will be full. So you're gonna have to be one of the first people who click on that registration when they open it, when right at the second that they open it. All right. But this has been an issue for the past 3 years, I would say. It's not that big of a deal anymore. The reason that is that first of all, the backlog created by COVID is gone. So technically, most people are able to register nowadays. But let's say that you've been studying hard, you know that you're going to be prepared, you're doing all of your effort. You can't register on the day of the registration. The deadline is 1 month before the exam. So until then, you still have time to register. There is no spots though, but a lot of people withdraw very close to the exam, and the registration spots will be open. So just a word of advice from my own experience, if that happens, do not stop studying, keep going, because you will have a good chance of registering later. All right. Another thing that you need to know is that to register for the AFK, you're going to have to pay $1,000 Canadian dollars. It's the fee. It's non-refundable unless you withdraw 2 weeks before the examination or 2 weeks before the exam or before the deadline, which they would give you back a portion of the money that you paid. All right. So this is about registering for AFK. I wanted to talk about the required document that we have. It is a very important step. The reason being, if there is a tiny problem in your documents, it's gonna be you're gonna be pushed back to the back of the line, and it will waste your time. So why not from the beginning just make sure everything is right on track? All right. To do that, first of all, you're gonna have to go to the NDB's website. There is a part which is, this is the NDB's website, National Dental Examining Board of Canada. The equivalency process, if you click on it, you will have these tabs. Just click on how to apply. All right. They will give you these required documents and application guide. Please do yourself a favor and read this application guide word by word, because every single detail is important here. It is not hard to gather all these documents, but there's some tiny little details here and there, which makes a lot of difference. All right. So when you click on the required documents, it will give you something like this. okay, which you can select the country that you have graduated from, all right? This is the country that you have graduated from. You might have like studied your, you might have obtained your degree from a country different than the country that you're from. So this is the country that you graduated from, right? So you select the country. Most of the countries' required documents are the same. Some of them, like they have a little bit of differences here and there, all right? If your country is not in this list, all right, this is from the NDB's website itself, you will send them the information of your program, you will send it to them, and the links, whatever that you have, and they will let you know if you can apply or not, all right? So there's a solution to that. So please make sure that these required documents are right on point. I'm going to talk briefly about them here and just go over like a few mistakes that like are very common. So you have to send 3 sets of documents to the NDEB. One of them you will send, one of the sets the university that you've graduated from will send, and the other one will be sent from the dental authority of every places that you've been registered with. Okay, you were licensed. So you can find this form, as I said, I told you how to do it from like, it depends on your country that you have graduated from. There is one thing that everybody forgets. It's the required document form. Okay, so if you see that, you have to send this. This required document form is a checklist because some people, like most people for that matter, think that it's not important. But only this non-important checklist could delay your evaluation for like by 6 months. All right, so please make sure that you do send this checklist as well. All right. Another thing is a government issue photo ID identification, which should be your passport is the best thing. So you can send your passport. If you have any difference in name, you're gonna have to send all the documents to show that why your name is different, and the application to the equivalency process. All right. So these are the things I will talk about this application. All right. So the documents that you need to send is, again, this checklist, the required document form, your photo ID, the notarized photocopy of your degree, okay? Notarized photocopy of your degree, okay? Which is here, dental degree. The notarized photocopy of your degree, here. Sent documents required from the applicant, which is you. All right, so you will send a dental degree, notarized photocopy, which should be in color. The government issue photo identification, which shouldn't be in color. It doesn't have to be. The checklist, if you have the difference in name, and translation of everything. If you have anything in a language other than English or French, you have to send a translation. The documents that NDB needs from the university, directly from university, are 2. Confirmation of degree form and the academic records. Confirmation of degree form is something that is personalized for you. You can download it from your NDB Connect profile. And the academic record, which should be in original language. All right, remember, you sent the translations yourself. Okay, and the statement of good standing should be sent to them directly by the a dental authority that has licensed you wherever that you've been licensed. Okay, so all of these are the important things that you have to send them. It is not difficult. All right, 3 sets, 4 you send, 2 the university send, 1 the dental authority, dental regulatory send. Okay, so this is all about it. I just wanted to make sure that you guys know how to do that because it's very important. Then, now you have been approved. You want to go for AFK. All right, first of all, AFK has 200 questions and your passing score is 75. It is not percentage. I will talk about that. You can take AFK for a maximum of 3 times. So if you fail AFK for 3 times, it's game over. All right. And AFK is conducted at select locations. It has two formats, first of all, computer-based and paper-based, and it's held in Canada, obviously, in the US and Australia and New Zealand. All right. So a lot of people who cannot register in Canada and are able to travel, they would go to the US, Australia, or New Zealand to take the exam. All right. So you can find a blueprint of AFK on the NDB's website in the AFK protocol, which tells you how many percentage of each topic they're going to ask questions from. To my understanding, this is not very accurate, but still, it will give you a good idea to what to focus on, anyways. But still, it is not very accurate to my experience. All right. So if you see like pharmacology, local anesthesia is still part of pharmacology to me. Medical emergencies, managing patients is like the most important part of the exam. Another most important part of the exam is cardiology. All right. Preventive dentistry, restorative dentistry. These are very important. Another one is oral pathology. All right. So these are the things that you have to focus on a lot. All right. About passing score, they will go through a process of which is a psychometric process, which is called standard setting, to give people their scores. All right, it's like a committee will decide what percentage of score is good for each exam. Okay, so let's say if they decide that 55% is good for an exam, they will announce that 55% as 75. So 75 means minimum pass, minimum score of passing. It's not necessarily 75%. All right. So this is how they do the passing score. They announce the passing score. And if you pass the exam, they will not give you a numeric score anymore. All right. Before they used to, you might have heard it from here and there. Before they used to give you numeric scores, they don't do that anymore unless you fail. If you fail, they will give you what your score was. But if you don't fail, hopefully they will not give you the score. And the most important part, how to prepare and how long you should study for it. AFK exam, very difficult. It is not like the US exam. Many of you might have taken the US exam. It is not like that at all. It is a lot more detailed. It is a lot more difficult. It is a lot more complicated. All right. AFK, preparing for AFK is a full-time job. Studying for 1 month on your own, it might work for IMBDE of the USA. It does not work for AFK. For AFK, you're gonna have to, if you're studying full-time, and by full-time, I mean like it is the main focus of your life. You're doing nothing else. All right, you're not working, you're not taking care of anyone, it's all you and AFK. You're gonna have to study around 8 to 10 hours for 5 to 6 months every day, 6 days a week, to be able to pass this exam. All right, because you have to cover a lot of material, a lot of stuff. It's from everything in dentistry, and the questions are very detailed. All right, and it's very competitive. They're looking for best of the best, and best of the best in the AFK is someone who has studied more in detail and more in depth. All right, so full-time job. If you have a job, you need to give yourself more time. All right, because like 2 hours studying a day is not gonna cut it. All right, you need to be very disciplined. You need to commit to this. It should be, as I said, your full-time job, your main focus, and you're gonna have to be consistent. That is very important. Consistency to me is the most important thing here. All right. So by consistency, I mean that you're gonna have to study every day, and you have to be integrated with your studies, right? Doing a week here, leave it, another week there, doesn't work. Even a month here, leave it, another month there, it doesn't work. You're gonna have to be consistent. Today, you decide to take the AFK in August, you're gonna start today studying until August every day. Give yourself a break. Yes, here and there, you should rest, of course. But keep in mind, consistency is very, very, very important in any goal that you might seek. All right. And how can we help? as I said, I personally do not recommend studying for AFK on your own because there is a reference list. I forgot to put it on my slides. There is a reference list for AFK, which I think it's 11 pages. Technically, every textbook in the world and all of the articles that is out there. It's not practical to go over it at all. All right. And it's very confusing if you want to do it on your own and technically impossible. It's not 100% possible, but like it's technically impossible because you will not know what to go through. All right. You don't know what they want from you. You have no idea. It's very confusing. It's just a waste of time, waste of money, and waste of energy. So again, why not from the beginning? Just do it right. Do yourself a favor and take a course because the courses are going to give you everything that you need to be on the right path. All right. So I am going to talk about how we can help and what we do have to offer. So for AFK, we have two different courses. We have the AFK comprehensive course and we have the AFK pre-recorded course. I'm going to go over them separately. So for AFK comprehensive, just like it names says, it's comprehensive. It will give you everything in a whole package. All right. And what is everything? You're going to have access to lectures, live lectures. And by live, I mean that they're going to be streaming for you live. You're going to have to be present in class on 3 days a week when starting in March, I believe, the next semester. So in these lectures, they're going to teach you everything again, exactly like imagine that you're back in school and you're in class. They're going to teach you everything again based on what NDEB wants. All right, based on what we want, based on what we have to prepare for AFK. All right, so they would teach you everything. You're going to have 13 booklets, technically 11 booklets consisting of 13 subjects like perio, proso, ortho, patho, oral medicine, pharmacology, all of them. So you're going to have a booklet for each of the subjects, all right? Which will be your main references. So you won't have to go out there and research, like go and study textbooks or the articles, this article, that article, this textbook, that textbooks. You don't need to do that anymore because you have a very integrated, comprehensive reference of your own, okay? You're going to have a question bank, which will help you go over the important points. These question banks have their own personalized discussion sessions throughout the course as well. You are going to have private mentorship throughout the course, which is complimentary. And technically, you will have a mentor which will be with you throughout the course. If you have any questions, they're going to answer your question. If you need to talk to them, you can talk to them in 3 20-minute sessions. If you need a support, emotional support, educational support, whatever support that you need, they're going to be there for you. So you will not be alone throughout the course. All right. So lectures, booklets, question bank, mentorship. We also have a Facebook group and a WhatsApp group, which I like to say they're supplementary study material. So if we have any, like let's say myself or any other instructor would find something that it might be helpful to you, like a YouTube video, like an article, like a picture, like whatever. We will put it in this Facebook and WhatsApp group so you can have access to it. So as I said, supplementary. Okay. And you will have 4 mock exams at the end of the course. All right, 4 mock exams at the end of the course, which are similar to the actual thing. They're a good warm-up for yourself. And it will give you a chance to assess yourself, see where you stand, and a very good review. So because like 4 mock exams before the exam. So if the exam is in August, the mock exams are going to start in July. 1 mock exam each week. Each mock exam come with 2 discussion sessions. All right. So 4 weeks before the exam, you're going to have one mock exam each week, which comes with 2 discussion sessions, each of them. Right. So all of these together, is going to make up your study material. All right. It's not only the lectures, not only the textbooks, not only the questions, not only the mocks, all of them together. You use these properly, it's your job. It's your skill, it's your art. You have everything that you need. You use these properly, guaranteed you're gonna pass. Okay? So, there is another option that comes with AFK Comprehensive, and that is, let's say you want to start studying right now, but you want to go with the AFK Comprehensive, but the course hasn't started yet. You can register now. You will have access to the pre-recorded lectures from before. And by before, I mean 1 semester ago. Okay, until the course begins, you will have access to them and you will have your booklet so you can start your studying. So you don't have to wait until March. All right. We also have a very good payment plan, ConfiCare, which you can find out more about contacting the office. Or maybe Amir can explain it to you after everything is done. So that is AFK Comprehensive. All right. Oh, there is another feature of it. Let's say that you have not yet been approved, or you're not able to register for the August exam, or you are not ready, or you want to withdraw, or whatever. You have the option of repeating the lectures 1 more time for free. Okay, so you take this semester, for example, and you don't go for the exam, you can take it again in September, next semester. All right, so that is a comprehensive course. AFK pre-recorded, on the other hand, it is a smaller version of this comprehensive course. So instead of having live lectures, which you should be present in class at the same as a certain amount, a certain time, you're going to have access to the recordings of the previous semester lectures. All right. The booklets are the same. The mentorship program is the same. You're going to have the mentor personalized for yourself. And you're going to have the question bank, and you will have only 1 mock exam. All right. But being our student, you will be able to register for the rest of the mock exams as well. All right. And you will be entitled to a discount for them. The Facebook group, WhatsApp group, everything is there. All right. The lectures are not updated. The booklets are the same, but if there is any updates, well, you're not going to get them. So that is about the pre-recorded. It's good for warming yourself up, and it's good for people who absolutely cannot join the live course. The live course gives you a motivation and a push that you need to go for the exam. But if you're not approved yet, if you haven't sent your documents yet and you just want to know what's going on, if you have like little babies, if you have like a huge time difference, if you're working at that time of the class, all of them, you cannot make it at all. Absolutely no way. Pre-recorded is the way to go. So technically these are the 2 courses that we are offering. If you have taken courses before, if you don't want to take any courses, which is not recommended at all, you have the option of joining our mock exams as well. So there is another package on our website that you can just go through and just join our mock exams, which always are recommended. But again, please do yourself a favor and take a course. It will save you a lot of time and energy, a lot of time and energy. All right, so, and why would you choose us? So we've been, as Amir said, we have been in this work of NDEB equivalency for over 10 years, very successful years, over 90% of success rate we have. We have very knowledgeable instructors. Most of our instructors are like from U of T and other good schools of Canada. We have robust student support. The mentorship is a very huge deal here. Like, we take our students very seriously. We take their emotional support as well as educational support very seriously. And we also have a very good high quality material. So you're all welcome to come to the office and take a look at our booklets, or even just take a look at our the recordings of a lecture to see what's going on. And even like, it's not a bad idea to just take a tour around the center. I believe that today we are also having we are having a gathering in the center, and you can with the Loop companies as well, if I'm not mistaken. So you're all welcome to join us. And we would be very happy to see you as well. This is all I wanted to talk about. Thank you very much for listening to me. I hope that you heard my last words. The siren's going off. If you have any questions, please send them to the admin and I will answer your questions later after Dr. Yasmin goes through her speech. Thank you very much again and have a great day, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dalaram. Yeah, before we start the second part, first of all, thanks, Della. That was so informative and well done. You covered a lot of important information that we needed to know, and I just wanted to add some quick points, and then we're gonna move to ADAT. So just to let you know all, our both course, AFK and also ADAT gonna start in March. So preferably, I recommend you start enrolling and start registering for the course 2 to 4 weeks in advance. So then you have time for orientation and also receiving your booklets and all the materials. Also, the ConfiDentist offers the payment plan, so you can ask about it from info if you need more questions about how we can set up the payments as suitable as you prefer. So the other thing is, the earlier you join, you might get some bonus sessions. So that's why I highly recommend to, if you are thinking about starting your course in March, start registering in the course as soon as possible. Then you will receive more information about like what we can do before starting the course. So I'm not gonna get more time. Now time to start talking about ADAT, one of the demanding courses that a ConfiDentist is offering for international trained dentists. So Dr. Yasmin, another great colleague of mine, gonna go over it and cover all information needed about ADAT. So help me welcome Dr. Yasmin into the session, and then we're gonna talk about the questions at the end.
Thank you, Amir. Hi, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Okay, thanks. Just for a sec until I can share my screen with you guys. Okay, so can everyone see my slides now? Okay, great. So good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Yasmin. I'm the instructor for the clinical part of the ADAT course at ConfiDentist. And I'm thrilled to be here today with you. Thanks for joining us. So a bit about me, I took the AFK exam in 2022 and I used the ConfiDentist material for that exam. And in 2023, I decided to take the ADAT exam and apply for universities in Canada. So basically, I was able to get a score which was in the 99th percentile of the exam. My score was 640, and I was able to get admitted to the University of Toronto IDAT program. So as someone who has been through this exam, I'm very happy to share my experience with you guys and also to give you some general information about this new exam. And I will be happy to answer your questions at the end of my slides. So let's start with why should you consider taking the ADAT exam? Well, basically, if you are someone who is willing to go to university for another 2 to 3 years, and you want to get a Canadian accredited degree, well, as you can see in this table, most of the universities in Canada have switched from AFK to ADAT. And the first universities who did that were the University of Toronto and University of McGill, and then other universities such as the University of Manitoba, University of Alberta, and Saskatchewan also followed switching to ADAT. And as you can see, University of Western Ontario is also going to switch their admission requirements to ADAT exam as of 2025. So the only university that is accepting AFK is the Dalhousie University and University of Manitoba, University of Western for this cycle in 2024. So if you are aiming for the university pathway, you should take the ADAT. But if you are someone who is aiming to go for the direct licensing process and the AFK ACJ NDEC process, then this exam is not for you. So the application process for the ADAT is a bit different. It's totally different from AFK. So I just wanted to quickly give you some idea of what you should do. So it's important to keep in mind that if you are going to take the ADAT, you need to submit your application at least 60 days before you intend to take it. So the first step is to get your dent pin. You need to go to ada.org and get your dent pin, which is actually a unique personal identifier. It's a number that is unique for you, and it is used by the US dental education system testing programs to identify you. So after getting your dent pin, you go to ECE. It's an organization that basically evaluates your degree and also your transcripts. And you request a general report to be sent to the ADAT program or to the ADA. So your university, the original dental school that you went to, needs to send your transcripts and also your degree to the ECE. It can be done either electronically by the university or by mail. So you need to contact your university to basically send your grades and also your degree, dental degree to the ECE. And then you can register for the ADAT exam through the ADA website. So the testing window for the ADAT is from March to August 2024 for this year. Each year, there is a 6-month period that you can take this exam on every day of the 6 months period. But even though the cycle has not started yet, you may apply now for the ADAT exam. And then you need to choose a date and time for your exam through the Pearson VUE website, which is a third party that basically is the testing centers that you go to for the ADAT exam. So the ADAT exam is consists of 200 questions in total. It has 80 questions from biomedical sciences, 80 questions from clinical sciences, and 40 questions from data, research interpretation, and evidence-based dentistry. So the clinical sciences in ADAT can be either standalone or case-based. They are from different subjects in clinical dentistry, including endodontics, operative dentistry, oral maxillofacial surgery, and so on. So as I mentioned, the questions can be either standalone or it can be case-based. So this slide is showing you one of a sample case-based question that can be asked in the ADAT. So this is a patient box, and it's introducing a patient to you. It shows their demographic characteristics of the patient, their chief complaints, their background or patient history, also the current findings. These questions can also include periodontal charts, as well as intraoral and extraoral photographs and radiographs. So these questions are very different from what you see in the AFK, and you need to familiarize yourself with them because you're going to get many of those in your exam. And this is going to save you much time if you know what to expect and how to handle these kinds of questions. And in the biomedical sciences, there is also 80 questions, 20 from anatomic sciences, 20 questions from biochemistry and physiology, 20 for microbiology and pathology, and 20 questions from dental anatomy and occlusion. Then we have data, research interpretation, and evidence-based dentistry, which includes 40 questions. These questions can be also either standalone or in the form of a research box, which basically presents an article to you, which you need to interpret and then answer to the questions following that research box. So ADAT scores are reported in the form of scale scores, which can be between 200 to 810-point increments. And when you take the ADAT, you will receive 4 different scores. One of them is your overall ADAT score. And there are 3 other scores for each discipline. So the overall score is basically the weighted average of the other 3 disciplines based on the number of questions in each discipline. This table shows descriptive statistics for ADAT scale scores in 2023. As you can see, 715 people took this exam in 2023. And the mean score, ADAT overall score, was 486, and the maximum score was 720. And among the disciplines, the highest score was for the biomedical sciences, and the lowest score was for the data, research interpretation, and evidence-based dentistry. And as you can see, in the maximum, there were people who could achieve a maximum of 800 in biomedical sciences and evidence-based dentistry, but nobody could get a full score in clinical sciences. So basically what this table shows is that getting a higher score in clinical sciences is harder than the other 2 disciplines. And the ADA also releases this percentiles every year for the ADAT scores, and this helps you to compare your score with other individuals who took this exam. For example, if you view the first column, you see that the second column, you see that people who scored from 720 to 640, they were among the 99th percentile. It means that their score was among the highest 1% of people who took this exam. And there are percentiles for each discipline as well. So how to prepare for ADAT? Well, if you go through the ADA ADAT guideline in their website, you will find hundreds of references and textbooks for this exam. And if we are being realistic, nobody can read all those references. So as someone who has experience with this exams, I can tell you that it can be overwhelming sometimes because there are not many people who have experienced this, and there are not many people who can help you to know what to expect and what to read or what to focus on for this exam. So it's really good to have a support system and someone who asks your questions from. And I think it's really good to be in a system that can guide you with your studies. And how long should I study for ADAT? Well, this really depends on your basic knowledge of both clinical sciences and basic sciences. Well, in my case, I took the AFK before ADAT, so I had a pretty good knowledge of clinical sciences, and I only needed to focus on basic sciences. So in my case, I studied for 1 to 2 months because I had a good knowledge of basic sciences as well from my previous dental school and my years in dental school. But it really depends on your own knowledge. And I think if this is the first major exam that you're taking and you haven't taken AFK or IMBDE, and this is your first exam, maybe you need to spend 4 to 6 months for it. And if you have a good clinical knowledge, you have taken AFK before or IMBD, maybe studying for 2 to 3 months will be enough for this exam. So what we have in ConfiDentist is these 3 different courses. We have a comprehensive hybrid course. This one actually includes all of the topics, both all of the biomedical, clinical, and research topics, and it's delivered in a hybrid format. It has live weekly sessions, which include quizzes and question and answer sessions. Also, it's more of a review of what we'll learn throughout the week. And then we have pre-recorded sessions each week. So you will receive 5 booklets for biomedical science and evidence-based dentistry and 11 booklets for clinical science. So there are 3 different intakes for this course in January, March, and November, and it includes more than 300 hours of lectures. And it's going to be 2 mocks plus discussions at the end of the course. So the duration of this comprehensive hybrid course is 4 months. The other 2 courses don't include the clinical sciences. These are for people who have taken other exams before or think that they have enough clinical knowledge and they just need to focus on biomedical and evidence-based dentistry. They can go for these types of courses. So the difference between these 2 is that in the hybrid course, we have weekly sessions, which can be weekly quizzes and sessions, which are live. But in the recorded module, we don't have those live sessions and quizzes, which are delivered weekly. The duration for these 2 courses are 2 months. So this is an example of our schedule for the hybrid comprehensive course. As you can see, the duration is 4 months. We have different intakes. For example, if someone starts in January, their course is going to end in April. And each week we have 1 to 2 subjects, which are delivered in a pre-recorded format throughout the week. And then at the weekend, we have a quiz from those topics, as well as a live session, which is an answer to the quiz. Also, it's an opportunity for the students to ask their questions. And also, we deliver a review and a summary of the important points of the subjects that you studied that week. So these are the different intakes that we have for the comprehensive course. The first intake is in January and it ends in April. The second intake starts at March and ends in June. This is for people who are intending to take the exam in July and August. We also have another intake in November, which ends in February, and this is ideal for people who are aiming to take the exam in March, April period. So that's all I wanted to share with you. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer. Please type in the chat box your questions. So someone is asking me if the AFK or ADAT is better if they are planning to go back to school after the exams. So let me go back a few slides. So basically, if you're planning to go back to school and go to Canadian universities, as you can see in this table, most of the universities in Canada have switched to ADAT. And also University of Western Ontario is going to switch in 2025. So the only university that is accepting AFK for now is Dalhousie. And University of Western also accepts AFK for this year, admission only 2024. And starting next year, they will switch to ADAT. So if you are willing to go back to school, if your plan is going to Canadian universities, I believe you should take the ADAT, because even Dalhousie University may change their plans and switch to ADAT in near future, like other schools. Okay, are there any other questions? So someone is asking, is it a good idea to schedule ADAT exam near AFK exam, like both in August? Well, I believe not, because at least you need 2 months to study the biomedical sciences as well as the evidence-based dentistry. But if you can manage both before August, if while you're studying for AFK, if you can manage, then maybe you can take your chance. But I wouldn't do this, because um, I think you need 2 months to prepare after the AFK. So what are the fees for ADAT course that you offer? You can go to the ConfiDentist website, and there is all the fees are available there for you to see. So if you pass the ADAT, does it guarantee your admission, or they will ask for more exams and interviews? Well, this is an interesting question, because there is no guarantee. Even if you achieve a very high score in ADAT, you need to go to interviews for each school, and they have their other requirements. For example, they need TOEFL or IELTS. They look at your GPA, and you also need to do well in the interviews. So ADAT will not guarantee acceptance into university, but if you get a high score, for example, higher than 600, there is a good chance that you can get accepted if you do your interview preparation and also you have a good GPA. So someone asked, if we want to take both of the exams, what do you suggest to do, studying for each one separately or together? Well, it really depends on your personal preferences, but I think the clinical part can be studied at the same time, but obviously clinical sciences is asked in AFK and ADAT, both of them, but the EBD and biomedical sciences is only for ADAT, so you may need to do your AFK first. For example, in February, and then go to study for ADAT and take your ADAT in March or April. So someone asked, if I give AFK in August 2024, when should I aim to join the classes for ADAT? So the ADAT cycle ends in August. So the first time that you can take the ADAT is March. And we have an intake in November. So you can join the ADAT class in November 2024 and take the ADAT in March 2025. So someone asked, can I reschedule my ADAT exam if I'm not ready? Well, Amir can answer this better than me, but I believe you can, the same as the AFK. When you apply to schools, what is other requirements? Well, it depends on school and the school. They may have they have GPA requirements. And for example, for the UFT, you have to have a GPA above 3 and a TOEFL score above 90. But for example, University of McGill requires you to take the Casper test, but University of Toronto doesn't. So it really depends on the university that you're applying for. So someone asked, if you take ADAT more than once, which one do schools consider? Well, schools will receive both of your scores if you do it twice. And I think they're going to consider both of them. So it's better to take it once and do it perfectly than taking it multiple times and sending out multiple scores to the school. Are there any interview prep courses at ConfiDentist? Yes, there are. You can go to the ConfiDentist website, and in the courses, you will find university prep, interview prep courses as well in ConfiDentist for each school. So someone asked, how many years do we have to study after taking the ADAT? Well, the minimum is at the UFT, it's 2.5 years. And some schools require you to like go to school for another 3 years. So it's between 2.5 to 3 years. Someone asked, so the ADAT has 2 parts and 2 separate sittings, right? So there is not 2 parts like the IMBD that you go for two different days, I believe. The ADAT is in 1 day, and you have a break between these 3 sections. Um, So someone asked, will it be possible to take AFK exam with ADAT hybrid course? Well, it will be possible, but because you get the pre-recorded lectures. But I believe if you want to go for the AFK, it's better to go with the comprehensive course that is aimed for the AFK. So someone asked, if we want to apply for residency, is there a chance to get in just by doing the equivalency process? Well, I'm not sure about that, but I haven't seen anyone who has done that in Canada, at least. It is possible in the US, but not in Canada as far as I know. Okay, I think I've answered most of the questions. And about the costs, you can visit ConfiDentist.ca for more information about the cost of each course and also the payment plans that they have. Thanks so much for attending, everyone. I hope to see you in the U of T next year. And Delaram, do you have any questions to answer?
Yes, a couple questions I want to go through. Thank you, Yasmin,
Okay.
for the perfect speech. Okay, I am just gonna go over a few questions that you guys asked. One of them was the for the live and the live sessions and pre-recorded sessions of the comprehensive course. What are the difference between them? As I said, the comprehensive course, everything is gonna be streamed live for you. Some of these streamed live lectures are recorded from before, okay? So some of them might not be live, like it's like watching a video, but the streaming is live, okay? If you miss one of these recorded live lectures, you will be able to watch them again from the portal. You watch them from the portal from your wherever that you are, from your computer. But if you miss one of the live lectures, which are happening live, you can only watch them in the center, or you can watch the previous from the pre-recorded course lectures from the previous semester. Okay, so it's going to be your responsibility to make sure you can attend and be present in all of the sessions if you take the comprehensive course. But either way, you can have access to the pre-recordings of the previous semester anyways. Okay, so that is one question. The other one was the validity of pre-recorded course. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I think that you mean like how can, like, if you can pass the exam with pre-recorded. If you take the mock exams, yes, you can. So again, I have to emphasize on this, guys, like whatever course that you take, at the end, it is your effort that will give you the result. All right. So the course is going to give you the material that you need and guide you through the right path. You are the one who's going to walk this path, right? For AFK pre-recorded, you're going to have sufficient material, but you're going to have to take mock exams. All right, all of the mock exams. That is very important. And another thing, if you're someone that cannot push themselves or cannot discipline themselves to just go and watch lectures on their own time, pre-recorded is not for you. You're going to have to take the live course because that will push you to be present and just apply yourself in a classroom. All right. Oh, another thing is that all of the classes are online. Classes and mock exams, everything is online. Another question was about the schedule. So as far as I know, the schedule is going to be uploaded on the website tonight. And but the classes are going to start on first week of March. And the classes are going to be on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a few Mondays in between. And the timings they start at 9 a.m. and they finish at around 3-4 p.m. Toronto time, EST or EDT. There was a question here that, do you recommend taking both AFK and ADAT for those who want to pursue the university path? Honestly, yes, I do, because I recommend taking them both for anyone who is permanent residents or citizen of Canada. Why? Because I want you guys to keep your options open. If this didn't happen, I want you to have this option as well. All right, because there is no guarantee that you can get admission to school. What if you couldn't? What if it didn't happen, you know? So you don't want to waste time or lose another option because of that. Okay. What is the duration of AFK exam? It's 4 hours. AFK exam's 4 hours with a half an hour break in between. How many hours you need to spend every day? You're gonna have to at least 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours. If you want to study for 5 months at least. And the course duration is around 5 months as well. Is Canadian DAT different from ADAT? This is something for Dr. Yasmin, but I know this one. Yes, they're different. DAT is for someone who wants to start dentistry from scratch. It's not for for international dentists. If you have taken the course in September and are planning to take it again in March, during February month, can we have access to the portal Confi recorded sessions? So this is something that you need to ask the admin about, but I'm pretty sure that shouldn't be a problem. Can you take SJ and ADAT? What do you mean? Situational judgment and ADAT? Updates the FAR, full course and pre-recorded, the quality of the information and up to date updates the FAR. So technically, as we try our best to give out the updated booklets for pre-recorded courses as well. But the thing is, you might apply for the pre-recorded, you might register for the pre-recorded course at any time during the year. Okay, so you might not even have the updated booklets by then, you know? But throughout the mentorship, like your mentor would tell you if there is any update, or they will tell you to just go, okay, this has been updated, go and study this from that, you know? After passing all exams, does it make it easier to get a licensure in the US? I think the only thing that it can do for you is that boosting up your resume. Other than that, it has nothing to do with the US. US path is completely different. I think I answered. Oh, another question was that if the free repeat consists of both pre-recorded or live lectures. So when you have access to the live lectures, you're going to have access to the portal for the recording as well. So I think I answered everything. I want to thank you all again for attending today. It was nice having you guys here. I wish you the best of luck and have a very good day. I want to pass the mic to Amir. Before that, let me just answer this. Okay, new questions coming in. How long can we access pre-recorded lectures? For about whenever you register, you will have at least 4 months, but until the exam's date. So let's say if you register today, you will have access to them until August. Do I need to do NDB equivalency evaluation before I can apply for ADAT? No. Can international students go to dental school from scratch, regular student? If so, well, you're gonna have to need a bachelor's degree. That is different, completely different topic. Is it right that we can pass the NBD exam and go through Canadian equivalency? So for guys, for the US, you're gonna have to go to school. All right, it's not only the IMBD exam. You take IMBD just to be able to apply to school. Then you go to school, you get your degree from school. You're going to be a graduate from an accredited program. Then yes, you can apply for virtual OSCE and get your license here. If you still need to work while studying, how much time would you recommend? It depends, but it depends on how much you can. How much you can put for studying. It's different for everyone, but I would say 8 months, 8 to 9 months on average. But I honestly have seen people that had full-time job and was able to pass AFK in a 5-month duration as well. About I don't know about this thing, Doc, Association of Canadian Faculties of Deaf Dentistry looking to lessen training time. I have no idea about that. I haven't seen that. So right now my reference is the NDB website and everything that is on there. Yes, if you register now, everything will be updated. So technically the pre-recorded, the live session, the comprehensive session has finished. So we are updating the pre-recorded course as well. All right, guys, I think our time is up. Again, thank you this time for sure, for real. And Amir, please, I'm gonna pass the mic to you. Have a
Yeah.
good day, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Della. Thank you, Dr. Yasmin. And that was such a great session. I was like, even if I'm not dentist, I was enjoying receiving the information. So to just wrap everything up, I just wanted to mention follow us on social media because we updated everything happening at the center or anything that we just run over there. So we are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Watch the YouTube videos that we prepared for the from these students for these students. So this is gonna be one of the good examples of how we do the process with our great dentists. So that's it. The last sentence is please don't look for one day. Just start from day one. Don't overthink and just let it go and let's start together. So a year from now, 2 years from now, all things are gone and you're gonna be the licensed dentist in US, in Canada, or anywhere you want. So let's start strong together and let's see how the process is gonna go. Thank you so much, everybody. And oh, another question. Wait. Any financial option plans? Yes. There are payment plans and installation. So reach us through the you're gonna see the contact us on website and all the email that you receive this information from the session. You're gonna reach us and we will tell you how we can set up the payment plans for you. Amazing. So we are right sharp at the time and have a great day and night and afternoon. Bye.